If you watch Tenet, it's difficult to follow. But in this tutorial on how to shoot a scene like Tenet, I'm going to show you how I shot my previous video of pouring the coffee back into my cup backwards. And surprisingly, it's a lot more difficult than you think. So make sure you stay to the end of the video so you don't miss any tips if you ever want to go out and shoot a scene like Tenet. Don't forget to sign up for my free 20-minute course on the 5 most common reasons that low-budget films fail and how to avoid those problems. Links in the description. Hi, Ridge here. Let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So, if you want to shoot a scene like Tenet, you need to first understand the science behind it. So, you don't want to just go into this not getting exactly what is happening, because you're not just telling a story linearly, you're telling the story forward and backwards at the same time. In order to justify this movement, where reverse entropy Ridge comes and actually takes the coffee out of his cup. Because if reverse entropy Ridge goes and sucks the coffee out and then he has coffee, then we're reversing people's perspective on the entropy. So tip number 1, spend some time really contemplating the science behind it. Not technically like how it actually would happen, but more or less just straight up how you're gonna film it. Also, watching the film over and over will help. So I think what that's gonna do is that actually takes where Ridge actually goes and reverse entropy Ridge goes and shares his coffee with forward moving Ridge. So this is then how perspective forward moving Ridge needs to go about it. Pick a pivotal moment in which the two will interact. If you have the time and the expertise, you can do a fight scene like we saw, or you can do something as simple as pouring coffee back into my mug. So pick that pivotal moment. Then you want to act the moment out over and over again, really contemplating who's moving forward, who's moving backwards, how they interact, and why they interact. Maybe the best point is to start out with reverse moving Ridge. Okay, so here's what reverse moving Ridge did in forward perspective. He goes, he takes the last of the coffee. I walk out. I come in and feel bad. Forward, or currently forward moving Ridge, but in reverse perspective, and pour him coffee. And then I will create the inverse of that. So there's justification for what happens. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. I am just lost. And again, I didn't have to create a fight scene. Once you've got that pivotal moment figured out and you know what character's going forward and what they're going to do and what character's going backwards and what they're going to do, you want to then, when it comes to actually filming it, actually count in your mind to that pivotal moment. For example, in my scene, it took me 20 seconds to go pour the coffee, sit down, then look and react to myself taking it out, going backwards. And then, so that means when I shot the film backwards, I needed to make sure that it was 20 seconds between where I wanted to end the video to the point that I poured the coffee into the cup. It's really complicated, and I know at this point you're not following, but hang on, let's get to the end of the video. And if you're just as confused as I am, go ahead and slap the like button. And then you simply need to shoot it again and again. Now, this is what I did. I literally jumped into my software and I just blurred the two scenes together because I wanted it in a single take. You can do it in multiple cuts that will allow you a lot more grace, but I wanted to do it in a single cut, so I had to literally mask myself out and mask around the cup keyframe by keyframe in order to get the effect. But you do need to shoot it over and over again to give yourself some options for timing, to make sure that the timing is right. You're not reacting to yourself. You're not reacting to yourself too soon or too late. Get them to work together simultaneously so they feel like they're two cohesive people in the same universe, except one's moving forwards, one moving backwards. And the dog is still barking. So I want to challenge you guys, if you're interested in doing this and you're a filmmaker, go out and try and shoot a scene like this. Now, be more creative than just walking backwards in the street while everybody's moving forward. That's easy.
Be a little more challenging, interact with yourself, or have somebody else in the scene who's walking backwards and talking with you and interact. Or maybe you're frying an egg and then somebody comes in and then sucks the egg back up in there. Do something clever. I would love to see what you guys have, because here at Simplified Filming, it is our goal to help filmmakers turn their filmmaking passion into a full-time business. We want to take the business model of Hollywood, indie-fy it, so you can become the filmmaker that you were always meant to be. And in the meantime, always be creative.